everybody? It's Artie here with Bomber Breaks for Leaf Pro Set Pure Multi-Sport Random Hit number 2. Thank you all so much for joining in. Don't have anything to do to start. We're just going to get all the hits out, take a look. I'll be writing them down, and then we'll randomize those amongst y'all in the break. So everyone's going to get a card guaranteed to hit. It's always a fun time. So let's go ahead, and I guess we'll start getting right into it. Do them one box at a time. All right, hit number 1. Let me find a appropriately sized thing, and I thought I had a nice one picked out. Oh, wide, not wide. Killing me here, Smalls. I had this whole idea planned that I saw somebody else doing, but it's just not working because I don't have the right thing. Okay. First one out is going to be Arlinda Cepeda, 37 out of 50. 37 out of 50 there in the orange. Thin is this that it has? So, all right, well, I was going to show it on the stupid display thing while I typed it in. Has this great idea, just completely crushed my dreams by still never quite being able to figure out these stupid 8 million different wooden size things. I've never gotten a tutorial on that. It's just, I need one that fits the normal size top loader. Arlindo Cepeda, 37 out of 50 is number 1. Yeah, really good looking stuff here already, right? All right, card number 2. Boggs. Wade Boggs, Pro Set Past, 35 out of 35 in the blue. 35 out of 35, Wade Boggs in the blue. Wade Boggs in the blue, 35 out of 35. All right, next up, I've got Joe Montana. Joe Montana, 1 out of 50. 1 out of 50 there on the acetate. Nice Joe Montana. Montana out of 50. And the last card from box number 1, it's going to be a dual Shaquille O'Neal Dikembe Mutombo, 7 out of 7. A couple of all-time great big men. Pure pairings. Shaq Diesel and Dikembe, 7 out of 7. So that is box number 1. right. Next, we've got Detroit Lion defensive end, Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson, 21 out of 50. 21 out of 50 on the Hutch. Nice one there. And up next, it's Leylah Fernandez. 5 out of 6. Leylah Fernandez there, women's tennis extraordinaire, out of 6. All right, next I've got Detroit Piston point guard Isaiah Thomas. 1 out of 2. One of the better point guards to ever play the game. He's actually probably number 1 on quite a few people's lists. Isaiah Thomas, 1 out of 2. Me growing up a full-fledged Jordanite, it's hard for me to love Isaiah. And last one from box number 2. It's gonna be Phil Foden. Phil Foden, little soccer action. Action Inc. 4 out of 6. Hey, what up, Nathan? Yeah, John Rahm was our kryptonite this weekend. Man, that guy just wouldn't go away. We had, I mean, hey, I'm glad that we had a fun sweat on Sunday. He didn't just pull away with it right away. So, man, that was tough though. But nice Phil Foden. And that is 4 out of 6. That's right. I won far too much money betting the All-Star game than I ever thought I should have. Like, halftime came about, and I'm like, LeBron is out. Both Tatum and Donovan look like they are playing for purpose. I got them and started doing live parlays of them and the team Giannis and hit some nice ones to end the weekend. So that was exciting. After dumbly taking LeBron and dumbly not putting more than $10 on the over, which was probably the easiest money in the history of betting. If anyone bet the over, yeah, it's like 323 and it finished at 380 something. I don't know. It's crazy. Here we've got Anthony Munoz. Munoz face. Oh, that's great. Bengals legend. 11 out of 30. That's a fun one right there. Behind that, we've got more football. How about a little Bob Greasy? 6 out of 6. Bob Greasy out of 6. All right, here's going to be a little Ronald Acuna Jr. 2 out of 7. There he is. Nice hit right there for somebody. Bumblebee Acuna, 2 out of 7. And more Legends of the Diamond of Nolan Ryan. 1 out of 30. 1 out of 30 there on the Ryan Express. Nice one there. A little bit of Astros jersey, but they can't, of course, say that. Nolan Ryan, 1 out of 30. I said yes. 1 out of 30. All right, that'll be our back row to start, and you gotta replace those legends. I guess we'll go with that, or I can always just add more, right? If they really earn it. All right, 2 more boxes, guys. 8 more hits still to unleash before we randomize them all. Next up, I've got a little 26 out of 30 Glover Teixeira. Little UFC fighter, or fighter, it says. He could be Strike Force or something, but Glover Teixeira. on that one. T-E-I-X-E-I-R-A. Glover Teixeira, 26 out of 30. Next, got a little Jose Canseco, 4 out of 7. 4 out of 7 on the Canseco. Oakland. All right, next up, I've got 4 out of 25. One of the I think I would say 3 players, maybe 4 if we want to count Jaylen Brown, who really actually played in the game yesterday. Lillard, Mitchell, and Tatum being the other. One of the worst All-Star games I've ever seen in my life. They're never great, but that was particularly just trash. 4 out of 25, Damian Lillard. That's a fun one there. I don't get to see many Dame autographs, so that's a cool one for somebody. I know I'd love to have that one. That's fun. Damian Lillard. Four out of 25. And I've got a little redemption here of Aaron Rodgers. Platinum auto card. That sounds exciting. Wow. A little Aaron Rodgers boom for someone as well. Got to redeem it, but that'll be a fun hit for somebody. Aaron Rodgers on the redemption. All right, that'll bring us to our last box. Okay, football to start. I've got a little Thurman Thomas, Legends, 14 out of 35. 14 out of 35 on the Thurman Thomas. Next, I've got a little Sammy Sosa, 4 out of 35 in the purple. Slamming Sammy on that one. Sosa, 4 out of 35. Next, I've got Greg Maddox, 35 out of 50. 35 out of 50 on the Greg Maddox. You know, the YouTube video of him pranking Chris Bryant always shows up in my recommended for page like every 6 months or so. It's always a good one if you've never seen it. Where he pretends to be like a camera guy and ends up throwing BP to Chris Bryant and starts throwing like, no curves and stuff. It's pretty good. All right, and the last one is going to be 1 out of 5, Barry Sanders. Man, City of Detroit would like this case, right? Hutchinson, Isaiah, and now Barry out of 5. I really like that icy border there on the Barry. Barry Sanders, 1 out of 5. Okay, that is the 20 or so hits. 20 hits we've had for the back row, and our 16 here. So what we're gonna do is I've got all 20 hits written in there from Orlando Cepeda down to Barry Sanders. I also have you guys all in from Edward down to Don. So we're gonna randomize the hits, and then we'll randomize the participants and match you guys to a card. All right, so let's start here with the hits. 3 plus a 3 is going to be 6 clicks. And yes, a couple fillers going right now, guys. XR and Spectra. We're doing 6 clicks here to randomize the hits. Pardon me. And after 6, it's going to give us the Munoz face, 11 out of 30, down to Ronald Acuna, 2 out of 7. Boom. All right. Okay. And next up, I've got my participants with Edward P. down to Don G. Thank you all again so much for joining in. Best of luck here. 3 plus a big old 6 maximum clickage of 9. And after 9 clicks, I've got Nathan in the top 2 spots, down to Jeremy in the 20. All right, so we'll paste you guys sort you guys by participant. I'll print my sheet real quick. Boom. All right, so you guys can take a look. I'm going to minimize this ever so slightly, and we'll give with the list up. I'll go. I guess we'll go once more through the cards, just so you guys can have one look now that you know exactly what you're getting. So we can start with the Barry Sanders, 1 out of 5, going to Gary P. Gary P. Last night, Cal. Last night with Chris. Barry Sanders, 1 out of 5. We also have you got the Santa Claus? Oh man, nice. That's so cool, dude. Greg Maddox, that's going to go to Don out of 50. Sammy Sosa out of 35, going to be one of Jeremy's hits. We've got Thurman Thomas out of 35, going to Griffin. Here's the redemption for Aaron Rodgers. The Aaron Rodgers redemption is Edward. That is yours. And Dame Lillard, 4 out of 25. Andrea, that is you. We also have Jose Canseco out of 7, going to Jeremy. The Glover Teixeira, which is going to be David. I've got Bob Greasy out of just 6, going to Jordan. Munoz face, which is Nathan. And Action Inc. Phil Fodon. Phil is one of Andrea's hits. We've got Isaiah Thomas for Eric. Layla Fernandez going to Douglas. Hutchinson for Jeremy. And Cepeda for Jeremy as well. Here's Boggs for Nathan. And across the back row, Joe Montana heading to Adam. Congrats, Adam. Nice Montana. We've got Nolan heading to Andrea out of 30. We've got Ronald Acuna out of 7 going to Jeremy. Nice. And the lone dual autograph, Shaq and Mutombo out of 7 going to Andrea. Congrats to Andrea and all of those that went boom. Random hit style. Everybody got a little something. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We're going to stop and see. We got a couple football fillers running right now.